we will see the motivation process. How the motivation is processed. Motivation is based on how unsatisfied human needs get satisfied, result in reduction of tension. Unsatisfied need. First is unsatisfied need. The need of an individual which is not satisfied. Tension. Unsatisfied need creates a tension in the human being. Drives. The tension creates drive and an individual starts searching for alternative to satisfy the need. Satisfied need after opting the chosen alternative, his need gets satisfied. Reduction of tension, the fulfillment of need results in relieving of tension. Then positive motivation by means of incentives. Okay, so incentives means all measures which are used to motivate people for improving performance. These incentives may be broadly classified as financial and non-financial. The financial incentives are monetary and may be in the form of salary, it may be in the form of bonus, it may be in the form of profit sharing, it may be in the form of pension, it may be in the form of co-partnership and employee stock options. So these are the financial incentives which are positive motivation to the human being or to the workers. Non-financial incentives are provide social and psychological satisfaction. These are non-financial incentives which provides social and psychological satisfaction. This includes status. Status of an employee will be increased as it is like bonus, it is like incentive, but it is non-financial. Promotion. When the worker is promoted, the promotion gives is motivation to the workers. Responsibility. If we give some responsibility to the workers, the worker feels that he is something important in the organization. Job enrichment. Job satisfaction, job enrichment gives non-financial incentive, gives and definitely gives the motivation to the workers. Job recognition. You know, for doing some job, if you are recognized by the organization, by an higher authorities, then the, it is like a motivation to the workers. Job security. If you are given a permanent job, if you are having the job security, if you are not having the it will also provide the motivation to the worker. It is a non-financial incentive. Job security. Okay, employee participation. Whenever you involve employees in some task, in some work, then the employee participation feel like incentives and it motivates the employees. Delegation. Whenever higher authority delegates its some responsibility to the delegates, to the delegation of authority is also one of the non-financial incentive and which provides motivation to the workers. Empowerment. If we empower some workers for definite job, then definitely this provides the non-financial incentive. Then next function of the supervisor, next function of the directing is communication. Communication is very much important, as communication is nothing but sharing the ideas, sharing the views and giving the orders. We need communication. It is referred it is a transfer of information from a sender to a receiver. Communication plays key role in the success of manager. Effective communication requires information and understanding. Directing abilities of manager mainly depends upon his communication skills. Okay, communication skills refer to process of exchange of ideas, thoughts, belief between the persons. Successful communication causes desired changes. Okay, so what are the elements of the communication process? The sequence of the communication process is the proper sequence of elements in the expanded communication model is as follows. First element is a sender. First element is a sender. Second is message. Third is transmission. Fourth is recipient. And fifth, its meaning. Okay, in the organization, both formal and informal communications simultaneously takes place. What is a formal and informal communication? Formal communication consists of orders, giving the memos, giving the appeals, notes, giving the notes, circular, agenda, and minutes of meeting. Those are on the paper. This is called as formal communication. Informal communication or grapevine communication, we can say informal is also called as grapevine communication. Rumors, whispers, these are the informal communications. So types of communication, we will see the types of communication based upon on the direction of the flow of information. Communications are classified as follows. Upward communication. Upward communication means upward communication flows from subordinates to supervisor. That is, upward communication is the process of sending the information from the bottom level to the higher level. Okay, of the organization. Like, for example, worker to the supervisor and supervisor to the factory manager or then director or then CEO. Okay, so this is called as upward communication. Okay, so what happens in the upward communication? The grievance redressal procedure enables employees to appeal to management and seek redressal of their grievances. Whatever the problems or whatever the grievances of the employees are shared to the higher authority in the upward communication. And according to that, they seek redressal of their grievances to the higher authority. So this is in a upward communication. Open door policy allows employee to approach the managers at any time and discuss their problem with them. So that is called as open door policy. You know, in our college also, all the students are uh, can approach to the HODs, to the principals for their to solve their problems. So this is called as open door policies. Okay. Then counseling, attitude, questionnaire, and exit interview. The personal department can conduct non-directive counseling programs to help employees deal with their work-related problems as well as work and family conflicts. Okay, so attitude questionnaires may be administered periodically to find out employees' attitude towards the workplace and the workload. Exit interviews may be held for the employees quitting the organization to find out their reasons for leaving and their suggestions for improving the workplace. Participative techniques. The upward communication can be achieved through the formal participation program like union management committee, suggestion boxes, junior board and quality circles, or through the informal involvement of the employee. Research has shown that employees who participate in this program are more satisfied with their jobs, show greater commitment towards the job, and perform better than the non-participating employees. Okay, so fifth one is ombudsperson, a position created to receive and respond to inquiries, complaints, requests for policy clarification or allegation of injustice by the employees. through on an embedded person, employees can have their problems resolved quickly without going through the lengthy channels. This position had initially been created in Scandinavia as an outlet for people felt that they had been treated unfairly by the government bureaucracy. Okay. Now, what is a downward communication? We have seen just now upward communication. Now we will see the downward communication. In a downward communication, flows format from upper level to the lower level in the organization. The objectives of the downward communication is to communicate the policies, the procedures, the programs, and the objectives of the organization or the decided by the high level management to the subordinates. Downward communication always flows from the higher authority to the lower authorities. Downward communication has five purposes. Downward communication has five purposes. To give the instruction to the employees regarding their jobs and specific tasks.
सर ये एम एफ हुसैन को रोको पहले.
कौन है ये?
क्या बता.
Okay. Next.